All praises and glory goes to Almighty Power Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible, man. And you gotta say, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, give praise and thanks to the Lord. Why? Because you're not fucking a zombie in this society. Right? Look at your brother, look at your sister, look at your family members, look at your friends, look at the people in the world. They don't have a clue what the Lord is about to do. Right? These people, they thinking grocery stores are going to continuously be open forever. Running water coming out the faucet so they could quench their thirst is going to be continually forever. They don't understand that this shit coming to an end. A flushing toilet, a running shower. Right? We're talking about the simplicities of life that you've been blessed with right here in Babylon the Great. It's all coming to an end with your cell phone. Right? You got these zombies, they're addicted to with their cell phone. They don't know what the hell is going on, especially a woman. A woman love her phone. The Lord's about to shut off the internet. The Lord's about to shut off the phone services. The Lord's about to shut off the light services. Right? The train ain't running. The bus services ain't gonna run. The jobs is gonna close. The doors gonna be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. That's what the scriptures tell us. And everything points to that. And what's the end game? Thermonuclear fucking destruction.
Hold for release till end of the world. If you're watching this, it means the world is ending. That was the premise behind one of the most haunting pieces of television ever made, yet never meant to be seen. Not until everything else was gone. Not until the bombs had fallen, the skies had burned, and CNN's signal was the last flicker of American civilization. It's only 1 minute long. Just a grainy image of a military band playing a slow, trembling hymn on the lawn of CNN's old Georgia headquarters. And then, silence. Black screen. The tape's label said it all, quote, hold for release till end of the world confirmed. In 1980, as CNN prepared to go live for the very first time, founder Ted Turner made a strange and unsettling decree. We'll be on, he declared, and when the end comes, we'll play Nearer My God to Thee and sign off. For years, the tape was legend, whispered among employees and producers as the Turner Doomsday video. Then, in 2009, a bored CNN intern named Michael Balaban found it. 6 years later, he leaked it. An obituary for the world, wrapped in static. But CNN was late to the apocalypse. Across the Atlantic, the BBC, years later, he leaked it. An obituary for the world, wrapped in static. But CNN was late to the apocalypse. Across the Atlantic, the BBC had already spent a decade quietly preparing for a different kind of end. Nuclear attack by the Soviet Union.
Right, these devils, they call it with predictive programming. I call it, motherfucker, you done set this situation up. You're the reason why it's about to happen, so you know it's about to happen. You're the one building up the nuclear capability, right? You're the one who's setting up these nations to be angry at each other. You're the one causing the famines of food, right? You're the one killing off the animals in the ocean. You're the one poisoning the air, right? You're the one manipulating the minds of the people through what? Food and GMOs and signals through television, right? So they set up a society to be what? Destroyed, so they could rule over a few people, right? You gotta realize there's a lot of people on the face of the earth. Ain't that what what's his name said? Dollar Gates, Dollar Gates, right? I'm gonna read the book of Isaiah 9:5. It says, "For every battle of the warriors with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." These devils know what's coming. It's gonna be with burning in fields of fire. That's why they're going to run into bunkers and try to hide from the destruction.
Across the Atlantic, the BBC had already spent a decade quietly preparing for a different kind of end. nuclear attack by the Soviet Union. In bunkers buried beneath the English countryside, engineers fitted transmitters with backup diesel generators, fortified studios against fallout, and recorded a message that no one ever wanted to hear.
This is the Wartime Broadcasting Service.
The voice of BBC veteran Peter Donaldson would say, according to the original scripts from the 1970s.
This country has been attacked with nuclear weapons. Communications have been severely disrupted, and the number of casualties and the extent of the damage are not yet known. Stay calm and stay in your own house. Remember, there's nothing to be gained by trying to get away.
The broadcasts were to come from Wood Norton, a nuclear-hardened studio in Worcestershire. Dozens of programs were created and scheduled to run for up to 100 days after the bombs fell. Even morale-boosting entertainment shows like The Sound of Music were planned, but they were eventually scrapped in favor of simple instructional updates every 2 hours to save radio battery power. The scripts were ruthlessly practical, telling families to turn off fuel, refill every container with water, don't flush toilets, and make rations last for 14 days or more. Others served as dire warnings, quote, "Do not in any circumstances go outside. Turn off fuel, refill every container with water, don't flush toilets, and make rations last for 14 days or more." Others served as dire warnings, quote, "Do not in any circumstances go outside. Radioactive fallout can kill."
This is the book of Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Right, you go back to the swordsmith, right? He would make weapons, swords, knives, daggers, shields, helmets, right? That's the weapon of war back then. What's the weapons of war now? Missiles, bombs, right? Drones, right? It's a different fighting field, man. We ain't dealing with that old bullshit, right? It says, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. The waster is going to air everything out, right? It's going to burn everything clear the fuck up. I'm going to go back to Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, right? Ain't going to be no swinging swords. Right. Well, it is going to be a lot of swords. It's going to be all that, right? All hell going to break loose, but the end game is what? The thermonuclear fucking destruction, man. Thermonuclear, that's the end game. All these big ass, that's the great sword that was given to that red motherfucker, that red horse, that red man, Esau Edom, right? And he's going to use this to end all wars, right? And at the same time, the Lord's going to intervene and send more fire on earth. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This is that World War III. It's a different type of war. It's a different type of war. They always talk about, why send military men to go in and die so they could lose limbs, come home crippled, and we got to feed them. They become homeless. Let's send in robots. Let's send in drones. Let's send in missiles. Right, they gonna push them fucking buttons, man. All hell gonna break loose in Babylon.
In March 1983, as NATO and the Soviet Union circled one another in the most dangerous standoff since the Cuban Missile Crisis, British officials prepared for the unthinkable. The simulation was codenamed Wintex Cymex 83. The goal, to test how Britain would function once London was ash, its people irradiated, and its monarchy dispersed into bunkers across the countryside. The Queen's fictional broadcast was scheduled for midday on March 4th, 1983, as part of a secret war game, simulating the outbreak of nuclear war in Europe. Quote, "Our brave country must again prepare itself to survive against great odds," she would have declared, echoing her father's famous wartime broadcast from 1939. But this time, the enemy wasn't fascism. It was, in her words, quote, "the deadly power of abused technology." In this, it wasn't fascism. It was, in her words, quote, "the deadly power of abused technology." In this imagined Britain, 33 million were projected to die, over 1 million in London alone. Hospitals would be overwhelmed, medicine looted, alcohol sales soaring. 33 million were projected to die, Over 1 million in London alone. Hospitals would be overwhelmed.
Right, with even all this information out here, our people are still what? Asleep. Right, our people are still asleep. Right, because they're not thinking about, right? Well, first off, they don't have a prudent spirit. They're not thinking about the future. Right, they living for that what the moment. Right? They ain't thinking about tomorrow. Right? How are we thinking about tomorrow? We're thinking about our future because we know that the Lord has something better than what it is right now. Fuck this place and fuck this society. This society is dying. That's why we're in the land of the dead. Most of the people around you are dead to what's going on. They're asleep. Right? They're destroyed. It's Romans 13:11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." What time we living in? We living in a time of what? Nuclear war. We're living in a time of where nations are at angry with each other, ready to go war with each other. We're living in a time where the money no longer matters, the celebrity no longer matters, your lives no longer fucking matter. You can lose your job at any moment. Right? That job you holding on to so dearly, that position you love so much, at your job paying bills, keeping food on the table, about to fucking vanish because the job is about to die. Right, it's a lot of jobs about to vanish. It says, "In that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe." Right, talking to you Israelites. Right, you Israelites, man. This world was created for our sake. Right, and the Lord's going to put power back into our hands, restore us back into our righteous authority, and put these heathens into what? Submission and full fucking captivity. So you need to prepare for these things, right? And the end of their system is what? A fucking nuclear fight. Right? Them shooting missiles at each other, them airing out each other's countries. The only way you're going to be delivered is if the Lord beams you up in his chariot, saves you and delivers you, man. That's what you should be looking forward to. This Revelation 11:14, it says the second woe is past. Right? World War II, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. It's coming quickly. It's coming so quickly. They've been talking about it for a long time. Right? You had the second woe. That was what, the 1950s, 1940s. Right? And then what? The motherfuckers went damn near talking about World War III, 1970s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And they ain't never stopped talking about it, goddammit. They've been talking about peace in the Middle East. And look at the Middle East. I don't see no peace. I see pieces of people's body parts scattered all over the fucking place in buildings, right? This man done dropped bombs on people and destroyed their lands and their kingdoms. So how you think he's gonna fix your society, right? We're waiting for a righteous ruler to rule over this wicked earth that this wicked man has destroyed, right? Proverbs 24, and we're gonna go to 19, one of my favorites, says, "Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious of the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out." The candle of the wicked shall be put out. And the Lord's going to use the wicked to put out his own candle. Right? The Lord's going to use the wicked to destroy the wicked. Through the technology, through the blessings that the Lord gave him, which is what? His sword. That great sword. It's the book of Revelation 6:4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take what? Peace from the earth. And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." Right? It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." Right? It says, evils multiplied when these devils took over the earth. When the earth was given over to the hand of the wicked, what? Evils multiplied. Motherfuckers dying, right? The water being polluted, the air being polluted. Them going into other people's nations and taking over their supplies and their natural resources and all that, right? This is what the thief coming from not but to steal, to kill, to destroy, and he has fulfilled his fucking lot. Right? And the end game is what? He's going to die by that nuclear missile, and then come, and the children and the ones that are left around the world, they're going into full captivity, slavery. The ones that go hide in them bunkers, they going into captivity. The ones that hide in the ocean, they going into captivity. The ones that try to go hide into the heavens, Right? They ass going to be destroyed or they going into captivity. He says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword,